Why is classroom observation so important? Before we learn why classroom observation is so important in early childhood education, we must first learn what is observation. According to Wortham and Harding, who wrote the book Assessment in Early Childhood Education, they state that observation is the most direct method of becoming familiar with the learning and development of a young child. Teachers are always observing their children on a daily basis. We observe not only for the safety of the children in our classroom, but to learn more about the children in our care. Observing means watching the children in your care while they're in their natural environment. It means watching them on the playground, in the classroom, and while they interact with their peers. The individual learner. By observing their students, teachers will learn more about the children in their classroom. They will learn about their likes and their dislikes. A teacher may notice that a child always enjoys playing with their friends on the car carpet. They can then start introducing car-based activities, such as math, science, and language arts, to pique the interest of the students to improve his learning. Developmental delays. Observation is also used to see if a student has any developmental delays. They may need special help. While observing a child doing a fine motor activity, a teacher may notice that the child struggles grasping and picking up some beads to put onto a necklace. By observing this, you can then take note that the child struggles with their fine motor skills. After observing a few more times and then using some assessment tools, you can then get the special help that child may need to advance his fine motor skills. Behavior management. Another great thing that observation helps is behavior management of the classroom. By observing a classroom, a teacher may notice that in certain areas of the day, the children are acting up more than usual. After noticing this, they can then change up their schedule to help fix some behavioral changes that occurred during that time. By observing, a teacher may also realize that two different students tend to have trouble playing together. A teacher may then decide to separate those students during play time to reduce fighting. According to Howard Gardner, every person has different learning styles. There are 8 different types of learning styles. While observing students, a teacher will be able to learn what type of learning style their students learn through. If a child really enjoys music and enjoys learning through music, they have a musical learning style. A teacher can then incorporate more music into their lesson plans. By observing an entire class, you will learn every learning style of your students. Lastly, we will talk about some tips and tricks on how to observe in your classroom. The first tip is to pre-plan time to observe. Select a time in the day to observe certain students. You don't have to observe every student every day. Just pick certain students each week to observe. Always have a notebook handy to jot down little observations in the classroom during the day. As well as your notebook, always have sharpened pencils and pens that write so you can write down anything you need to write down. Another good tip is to try not to disturb the child you are observing. Distracting them will bring them out of their natural habitat and might make your observation inaccurate. If you notice some delays in one of your students, make sure you do multiple observations before trying to get specialist help. For example, one day a child might not be in the mood to tell you the letters of their name. The next day, they might have had a good nap and know all the letters of their name. Don't base a delay on one observation. Make sure you observe all your children multiple times. In conclusion, observation is essential in early childhood education. Observation helps a teacher learn all about the children in their care. Observation also helps students get the help they may need if they have any developmental delays. And observation is easy to do.